What is the highest damage possible that you can actually block in Pokemon TCG Pocket? And I'm not talking about healing or negating, I'm talking about pure damage reduction. So no, I'm not going to be including Oricorio or Togekiss in this video because they pretty much just delete damage entirely. But given the existence of trainer cards like Adamant or the Steel Apron, you'll be surprised to exactly how much damage you can actually block in this game. But first off, let's talk about what the block mechanic really is. Like for example, you're using Shuckle X against Giratina X. Giratina X uses its Chaotic Impact attack on your Shuckle. Before the 130 damage hits, Shuckle's ability procs, which minus 20 damage off Giratina's 130, totals the final damage to only 110. Very straightforward. And the reduction also happens before weakness is even applied as well, so that's another thing that you'll have to keep in mind. Well, that's basically the gist of the whole block mechanic. It's relatively simple, but interactions can get pretty wild when you're combining multiple sources at the same time. So we're going to be starting from the very bottom. We have Cloyster from the Genetic Apex set. Very straightforward here. You're only just blocking 10 damage, and that's it. That's it. The ability says itself that you are just blocking 10 damage. There's nothing special about it. For the next one, we have Unknown with the Guard ability. Now this one's a little bit more fun because yes, you are blocking 10 damage, but on the other hand, you are blocking 10 damage for all of your Pokemon. Which means that by that description, you should be able to block damage targeted towards your Pokemon on the bench as well. So sorry Greninja players. But unfortunately, in order for you to even use this ability in the first place, you'll need to have any other Unknown in play with an ability other than Guard active. And moving up from the 10 damage pool, we have my boy, Shuckle X and Regirock both being able to block 20 damage straight up. Very simple, very straightforward. But this is where things get a little bit more interesting. We've got Luxray here, being able to block up to 20 damage, but it's only active when Luxray is on the active field. And then up next we have Probopass X and Skarmory X as well. Unfortunately, they don't really have abilities like Cloyster or maybe Shuckle X, but they both have moves that set up 20 damage block after using the next turn. But here's where things get really interesting. So see, with the existence of the Steel Apron and maybe Adamant, you're able to further boost the amount of damage you block to specifically Steel types actually. For example, we have Melmetal here being able to block up to just 20 damage. But if you equip it with the Steel Apron and even use the Adamant Trainer card, you'll be blocking up to 40 damage total. Remember what I mentioned about Skarmory X only being able to just block 20 damage each turn? So now you equip it with the Steel Apron, so you're adding another extra 10 damage blocked. And then thanks to the Jasmine Trainer card, you're blocking an additional 50 damage, which means that you're blocking up to 80 damage total, which is pretty crazy considering the fact that now big damaging moves like Chaotic Impact will now feel nothing like a small tickle to Skarmory X. So moving higher up the ladder, we have Golem here being able to block 30 damage. We also have Raichu and Magnezone here also being able to block 30 damage as well, but it's a little bit more conditional this time because you'll need Arceus or Arceus X to be on your bench for their abilities to work. We also have some type-specific defenses like Staraptor and Azumarill being able to block 30 damage as well, but only from specific types, like Staraptor blocking from fighting types and Azumarill blocking from fire and water types only. Look, damage blocking is obviously good, but it's time for the big reveal. We've got the boy himself, Bastiodon. The king of damage blocking, I swear to god, this guy, I love him so much. Like, you have no idea how fun it is to play with Bastiodon. Okay, so thanks to Bastiodon's ability, you're able to block 100 damage. Like, yes, 100 damage, that's like most non-X moves out there so far. But unfortunately, this is Pokemon and we're not allowed to be happy without any reason. I mean, yes, Bastiodon is able to block 100 damage, but only when you flip heads. That's right, the highest move that you can physically block with is locked behind a coin flip. And realistically, 120 damage that you can block doesn't exactly make you invincible, but it helps you buy crucial turns and help you slowly whittle down the opponent's health. The real power in blocking damage lies in stalling the game long enough for your opponents to use up their resources before you finish them off. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes whenever I play ranked mode, I've realized that some people don't actually know how to do math in this game for some reason. But all in all, I'm just saying, Bastiodon's coin flip is pretty damn inconsistent, but it's a pretty high value when it hits. So it's a very high risk, high value sort of playstyle. And if you enjoy that, just like me, you're going to be having a good time. So theoretically, I would say that the maximum damage will have to go to Bastiodon being able to block up to 120 damage thanks to its ability, plus trainer, plus the Steel Apron. But like I said, it's a little bit unfortunate that it can be a little bit inconsistent at times thanks to it being locked behind a coin flip mechanic. But if you're looking for something a little bit more consistent, I would say that Skarmory X will have to take the kick on this one, being able to block up to 80 damage thanks to the Steel Apron and Jasmine. But hey, who knows, maybe in the near future we might get a Pokemon that can block even more damage, or maybe you're able to even stack more damage on non-steel types. But yeah, that's it for now. Did I miss any insane block combos? Let me know, and maybe you might have any creative ways to make defensive strategies work. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.